Hi guys, AzureAce here and welcome back to the Heart Headlines, where today we are having the kind of late discussion. This happened a few days ago, but we are having the late discussion on the Union Key or Union Cross 4th leader reveal. That's right, the 4th leader is here. He has been revealed. He is in this update for Union Key, and we're going to jump right into it. There's quite a lot of interesting information that's come up here, so let's just dive right into the information. So first off, before I get into this, huge thanks to Everglow, as always. Everglow or KH Insider, that's usually where I get these these gameplays and these translations from, so huge thanks to them, and let's just jump into it. So the first screen we see is a black screen. It says, "We can no longer avoid this devastation, we Masters too, perhaps." This is likely talking about the first Keyblade War. We don't know who is talking here. It could be Ava, could be Ira, could be Lucio, I don't know. Could be anyone really, but it's one of the foretellers anyways, probably Ava. But they're probably talking about the Keyblade War, all the devastation, and they are possibly talking about the Masters having been destroyed in that Keyblade War as well. We then switch to the scene where Ava and Lucio were fighting in Key, and we see that Ava and Ephemera are talking. And this is where Ava is asking Ephemera to be a Union leader. And Ephemera is saying no, he can't do that, especially after everything that's happened so soon. And Ava replies saying there isn't really much time to argue, and that he's going to be a leader with 4 other people. Himself, Skuld, Ventus as previously revealed, and a 4th leader who I'll be talking about in a moment. Then Ava gives him this little book. However, it's not actually the Book of Prophecies. Like, as you guys saw in the last update, we saw that Ava was given a list by the Master of Masters, and there was one person who was circled in red that Ava was to give a Book of Prophecies to. That is not Ephemera. We know that it's not Ephemera because we don't see Ava giving him a book here. So we do not know who's being given the book yet. That is likely gonna come up in a future update. Only time will tell who that will actually be. But this little book will actually be talked about later on in the video. We then switch to the Keyblade Graveyard with Ephemera, Skuld and Ventus talking. Ventus is pretty much saying that he's always been alone, he's never been high up in the rankings of the Keyblade wielders, so he's not sure why he was chosen by Ava. Now, the funny thing is, this pretty much confirms this is before Birth by Sleep takes place. It confirms that because we know that Ventus wasn't alone, he was with Terra, Aqua and to a lesser extent Ericus. So this is definitely taking place before Birth by Sleep's events, but then we think about why did Ava choose Ventus? Well, let me talk about something. Skuld replies with something interesting by saying, "I'm sure Master Ava had something in mind." Could it be that Ava, right now being in the possession of a Book of Prophecies before giving whichever member has been picked to have a Book of Prophecies, could she have had a look at it to pick the Dandelions? And could it be possible that she saw what Ventus did in the future with the Birth by Sleep Keyblade War, what he's going to do in the Kingdom Hearts 3 Keyblade War, and pick him as a Dandelion as a future important figure? And that is the reason why she chooses him here. That is a very interesting thought to keep in mind. Just make sure you try and remember that for the future, because it might possibly come into play. They keep on going on about how Ventus is jealous and that now they're definitely friends because they're all Union leaders, and out of nowhere, off screen, we see someone say, "Friends, huh? How nice." When here he is, he walks on screen, we see a guy with a black jacket, a black shirt, black boots, and a black fedora with a very, very similar hairstyle to that of Yenzo during Dream Drop Distance or Zexion during Rechain of Memories, which is something I want you guys to actually remember because I have a theory going up maybe next week about this. But this guy is our 4th Union leader as he introduces himself as Blaine. After this, we get a few different flashbacks to Key. We see the end of the Keyblade War as well as the wielders fighting, and we also see the point in Key where you fight a Sed. So in Union Key, you actually fight a Sed as part of the quest in this flashback. We then switch back to the Ava and Ephemera talk as Ava confirms that the book she gave Ephemera is actually a real book that all the Union leaders have been given and absolutely must follow. But just by saying that, it's pretty much been foreshadowed now with this, that someone is going to break these rules. If you kind of put forward like, these are rules, don't break them, someone's going to break them. It's just a trope that's really here now. It's going to be broken by who, we don't know. Could be anyone really, because right now we don't know what any of them are going to do. We don't know much about any of them. Even Ventus, we don't know what Ventus was like in the past. He seemed quite like a depressing guy, I suppose, just by seeing what he was saying before the 4th leader arrived. Also, another thing that makes me really happy, because it actually backs up my theory about the Dandelions being spread across space and or time, is that Ava says regardless of what Ephemera feels about the situation, the Dandelions will eventually leave the realm of Unchained and go out into the other worlds, but says that there will be no destruction in the other worlds. Then Ava says that Ephemera and the leaders are to erase any memories of the Dandelions about the Keyblade War and the world that the Keyblade War transpired in. So she's basically trying to wipe the entire Keyblade War away from everyone's minds, which should be pretty much impossible because the Union leaders are going to know about it, and all it takes is for one of them to blurt out, "We were part," or "some people or your friends were part of the Keyblade War." And then it's just gonna go into chaos. And it's actually weird because a few weeks ago on the official Kingdom Hearts Twitter, it was posted that they posted a timeline, a Kingdom Hearts timeline for the release of 1.5 plus 2.5, and it says Union Key, Keyblade War, 1.5 and 2.5, 2.8, Kingdom Hearts 3. But that shouldn't be the case. Union Key takes place after the Keyblade War in Key. So was this just a mix-up, or did they sort of insinuate there's going to be another Keyblade War in Union Cross, which is what I think is going to happen. But regardless, we then switch back to the Keyblade Graveyard and they're just talking. Blaine thinks that Ephemera is the leader, however Ephemera says that they are going to wait until the 5th member arrives for them all to be present and then they'll decide who the leader is. Now this is something very interesting, and it's something I've actually been thinking about myself. Blaine then takes out his own rulebook, pretty much confirming all the leaders were given their own rulebooks. Blaine then points out that Skuld is very much like Master Ava, which is very interesting because now that I think about it, we have never ever seen Ava and Skuld in the same scene before. So it's only going to add fuel to the fire that Ava is Skuld or Skuld is Ava or something of that nature. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, I've been thinking about that for a long time, ever since Keen, you know, when Skuld was revealed, but I'm not going to go into it too much yet. I'm going to wait till more sort of evidence comes up for it for me to talk about it in like a big broad depth. But Blaine then continues to pry, saying that if they keep the end of the world and Key a secret from everyone, that would make them liars to everyone. And then we see Skuld and Ephemera start to have some sort of Vietnam flashback as they see the end of Key, where Skuld and Ephemera take your player into the realm of Unchained with the Dandelions. They then all agree to keep it a secret and follow the rules as we now await the appearance of our 5th and final Union leader. Now, I'm not sure when that's going to happen. The Kingdom Hearts Union Key Twitter, the official Twitter, had said, you know, the 4th leader will be revealed in April, but they haven't put anything of that sort out for the 5th leader, so we're just going to have to wait for that. But that's all for this video, a very, very interesting video. Not too much information, but it's a lot of very interesting information. And while I don't agree with the whole Union Key being essential and canon to the story, like, I think that's stupid that they're doing that with a mobile game of all things, but you know, I'm still going to cover it, I'm still going to give my thoughts on it and things like that, and even though I don't play it myself, I'm still going to try and get all the way into the depths and all the nooks and crannies that are going to be posted from here on until whenever they decide to stop Union Cross. But with that being said, if you guys liked this video, please leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. Who do you think is going to be the 5th leader, and do you feel that the 4th leader is suspicious at all? Because I actually do kind of feel he's suspicious. Share this amongst your friends. I've been AzureAce, and thank you for coming to the video.
You have arrived. I'm here to tell you that if you don't subscribe to AzureAce for Dragon Ball, Kingdom Hearts, and Pokemon TCG content, you will wander forever in the darkness of your heart.